just to clue you in on what's going on at the moment, as Jeanne pans the children, they're all from the Lodi, Dane area, and they came out to our warehouse in Waunakee today to fill up some of our backpacks with children's books. So we have plenty to put in officer squad cars throughout Wisconsin. Now we're expanding into Illinois, Minnesota, Michigan, Iowa, Indiana, Missouri, Tennessee, Nebraska, Iowa, California, and New York. So these kids are coming out today. They're the 4-H group out of Dane, and we're glad to have them here because we can use all the help we can get.
You know, I really love this program, and I love the initiative, and I love it for a variety of reasons, but you know, probably the first thing that comes to me is it puts police officers and children in positive contact with one another. And what good can come from a contact like that? You put an officer in contact, it starts the flow of good information, it starts the flow of good relationships. I think putting those officers in contact with the kids is just it's a great start. I also think the fact that you've got kids who are involved in crisis situations, and to have the ability for an officer to provide that child with a book, to give them a distraction, a temporary escape, to get away from all those events that are taking place around them. I think that that's got to reduce the level of stress and the level of trauma that a child would go under or go through during an event like that. And then I think the other thing is that the promotion of giving somebody a book provides the education, the reading component, the development component. Again, you know, what a great opportunity for an officer to be in contact with a child that was something they could take with them for years to come. First of all, you know, I think when an officer provides a child with a book, the impact that it has on that child is incredible. There's time after time, example after example, where an officer was in a position where they were able to give a child a book, to give them a temporary escape from the events that were taking place around them, and the smiles that are just lit up on the faces of children is incredible. It takes them away from the events that are taking place, oftentimes very traumatic events, and I think that the kids see things from a different light as a result of having that book, that temporary escape. The impact on the officers is equally as great. When you look at a police officer and their ability to have a positive contact with a child by way of giving them a book, again, providing them this escape, this temporary distraction from the events, the officers feel as if they're doing something beyond just taking a call for service, beyond just making an arrest, beyond mediating a dispute. They're able to have a profound and positive impact in the lives of a child or of a family. Again, time and time we come up with examples where officers are able to go into a situation that's chaotic, and the children are very upset, the children are crying. And the minute the officer is able to reach into the back of their squad car and pull out a book and to provide it with a child or for children, the scene is completely turned around. And I think that there's very few things that I've been involved with law enforcement that can replace that type of contact.
Very neat. I lost track of my comments. Better not be off, I'll be fired. I just want to tell you, first of all, this is impressive. The fact that you're out here doing this is heartwarming. It is wonderful, wonderful to see. And I was telling you, and I don't know your name yet, that when you think about it and think of the circle of this, you have young people putting books into backpacks that will eventually be given to young people. And that is just it's a wonderful thing. But I got to tell you one story because I want you to understand the impact of what you're doing will have. There's an officer who went to a bus station, and they were there on a call because there was a mother there that had 2 small children. And this mother was actually at the bus station because she was leaving a very violent situation that was taking place in her home. And she pretty much packed up the little things that she had in a suitcase and was getting on a bus to go to some family in another state. And one of our officers was there and got called there because they had missed their bus and they were stranded at this bus station. And these 2 children had nothing, all their toys, all their books, everything were still at their old place. And when the officer went to the back of their squad car and pulled out one of these backpacks and gave those kids both books, you would not believe the looks on their faces. Their faces lit up, they were no longer crying, they were happy. It just took them away from the really negative and traumatic experience that they were going through just for that short period of time. And that's what you're doing. That's the impact that what you're doing is going to have on thousands and thousands of kids that are contacted by police officers, firefighters, EMS. So I wanted to just say thank you from a personal standpoint and from a professional standpoint. What you're doing is wonderful. So thank you very much. All right, get back at it.
I am actually here representing the Madison Police Department, but also here for my assistant chief, who is Randy Gaber, and he's on the video over there. And he, you know, we talk about the kids, but this program has really energized an assistant chief of the Madison Police Department. You know, he heard the presentation, he heard Paul, and he came back talking about this program back in December, and he was just energized by it. So it's not just what it does for the kids, it's what it does for police officers. What's impressive about this program in short order, with video games, with iPods and cell phones, something as simple as a book, connecting with kids, and how this program has spread is just, it's impressive in a short period of time. I talk a lot about trust and building trust and the importance of trust. One of the values and one of the tenets of building trust is to understand someone from their perspective. This particular initiative, this program, by something as simple as during a crisis, handing a child a book, a backpack, helps us to understand that child from their perspective. To pause for a moment, to bend down for a second, and understand that child from their perspective. So thank you very much for this program and this gathering here tonight. Thank you.
I have a dream. And so, my fellow Americans. I don't know if y'all ready for this.